jedes Jahr findet auch dieses Jahr wieder die Berlinale hier in Berlin statt. Und wir hatten auch dieses Jahr wieder die Möglichkeit, ein paar Filme anzuschauen. Und jetzt habe ich ein Interview mit den beiden Regisseurinnen von einem Dokumentarfilm namens Dreaming Walls, bei dem es um das Chelsea Hotel in New York geht. Okay, cool. So maybe could you introduce yourself?
I'm Amélie Vanem, the director of Dreaming Walls.
And I am Maya Duverdier, the other director of Dreaming Walls.
What brought you two together to create this film?
Actually, 4 years ago, we were walking down the 23rd Street together because Amélie had a movie screen in a Tribeca Film Festival. So we were together in New York. And walking down the 23rd Street, we just bumped into the Chelsea Hotel, into this great facade hidden by huge scaffoldings, and we recognized the hotel.
Yeah, and decided to enter.
Okay, come in. I'm Steve Willis. I've lived in the Hotel Chelsea since 1994. You know, Stanley always had stars in his eyes when it came to celebrities in the building. And because I was associated with bringing Mariah Carey in here, I think he attached a little stardust to me and asked if I wanted to have an apartment.
Can you sum up in 3 words what you want to convey to your audience with your film? What do you want them to acknowledge?
First of all, I think we want them to travel in the Chelsea Hotel, but in a way that is not the usual way people could imagine. So it's really like to connect with the people that are still living there and to have a look on them, you know, but not a dominant look, but much more like a look of how they live and who they are, this kind of human gaze that we used in the film. So yes, it's like a travel in time also, but it's also very playful, and we didn't want it to make something very political, but in a sense, I think that the multiple voices of the character are really giving a real insight of the place, but also of the situation in New York and in Berlin, you know, about this gentrification and those artists not having a roof of one's own to create.
Okay, so when you talk about like gentrification, you also wanted to address this political issue, especially?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't want it to make a political film exactly like to really, you know, enhance one issue. But that's why, of course, it's a very important question for us, the gentrification and the idea of the rooms on one's own that will soon disappear and completely vanish.
You like working here?
Yeah, of course.
What do you like about it?
There's a lot of history in this building.
Uh-huh.
And there's a lot of ghosts going on around here.
Did you feel anything?
Yeah.
In what way?
Well, some ghosts, they just die in here. You know what I mean? They just here. Some ghosts, they really lost.
They're lost.
They lost. They trying to find a way out, but they can't find it.
Do you personally believe that there are ghosts in the building?
We used to sleep there also when we were shooting. So yes, it's great. It's an intense place. There are intense people living there. You know, there is a creative energy, no doubt of that. But ghosts, we didn't see any. But maybe next time, I don't know.
Yeah, mambo, mambo Italian, go, go. Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na.
More and more people around the world today can no longer afford to rent a home, and in recent years there has been a vehement crackdown on housing projects, especially in Berlin. What should be done from your point of view?
If it was me, I would love that nobody owns any flat or any houses, you know, and everybody can live everywhere, and there is not this kind of price going ups and down, you know. But I think at the point we are now, we cannot go back. And there is solution to be taken, and I think it's the same as for the climate change, you know. It's a decision that needs to be taken in a high level.
So we could really take the Chelsea Hotel at the time here today and build it again. This could be a kind of solution.
Sounds like a great idea. What was the most exciting to you in the making of this project?
I think what moved me the most, it was to discover the life of those people, you know.
Many times we felt so close
Yeah.
to their feelings, to their emotion, their way of seeing things, and I was really amazed by the fact that you never get really old sometimes in your mind, you know. You can still, in creation, I think you can still be on the same page as a lot of generations, you know.
What do you think films can show young people?
That's funny because we talked about that before coming to Berlin, that a colleague of us answered that someone asked in the public in Berlin last year. It was two colleagues of us that were showing a film by the name of Tanya. And I think someone asked her, do you think films can change life? And she said, I don't know, but for me it does, you know. And I will say the same. I think film, it can open something, you know, into people's mind, and that's a great power that should be used in a good way.
I do believe in film too.
That's a great sentence. Thank you so much for your time and your honesty. And yeah, I wish you a great rest time in Berlin.
Thank you very
so
much. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
The last straw was giving up a big chunk of my apartment here, Janis Joplin's suite 411. I gave up the bedroom, the bathroom, and the kitchen and the entry hall.
Das war's mit dem Video. Ich hoffe, ihr fandet es genauso spannend wie ich. Kommentiert doch gerne und diskutiert miteinander, wie ihr zu den Themen steht. Zum Beispiel Gentrifizierung oder Kunst. Und lasst auf jeden Fall ein Like da, wenn es euch gefallen hat. Bis zum nächsten Mal.